All right, here we go. We are live. Yes, sir. We are live on the air. My name is Hershel Daniels. I'm chairman of Friends of the African Union. And Friends of the African Union is a non-governmental organization. And as a non-governmental organization, we have an agenda. And that agenda is Africa. That agenda is in line with the African Union's 50-year plan, Africa 2063. We rallied around it. We're implementing it here in America. So join us if you will. This is the countdown. This is the days, 7 days, 7 days, February 29th, when we go public with our plans, 100-year plan, 2016 to 2116. That's where we're going. We are Friends of the African Union, birthing my brother's keeper. We are a American non-governmental organization that's in partnership with other non-governmental organizations. And we are looking forward to working with you as we create in the 6th region of the African Union. Now, the 6th region is every place other than the African continent. And it's every place that the 1.2 billion people who live on the continent in the 5 regions are. Okay, and I'm online. My name is Hershel Daniels. I'm FAU chairman, and you can reach me at FAU chairman at on Google. That's how you reach me. Okay. Today we're going to cover My Brother's Keeper of Africa, Solution for Education. I hope to have some guests join us. Okay. And if you have any questions, be sure to email me at FAUchairman@au6.info. That's FAUchairman@au6.info. AU6 stands for African Union 6th Region. Info is just that. We're the information source that you need so that you can learn more about the African Union. So online, we are at au6.info. We're also on email. We're also on Twitter, FAU Chairman. And we also have our blog spot, so you can ask any questions on our posts. We are in the process of reformatting our website, but right now you can reach us at FAU2063.blogspot.com. So as we're waiting for our first connection, okay, and waiting, let me give you some background information. I am in LinkedIn, and in LinkedIn, okay, I am the Hershel Daniels Jr. And I am, in the past, I've been a Naval Telecommunications System Integration Command, and 01, okay, where I was part of the team that provided the facilities for the integration of communications, computing, command, control, systems for Navy sea systems to integrate with fire control and cryptographic systems so as to provide command and control systems. My background is I have been trained by the United States National Aeronautics and Aerospace Administration in Huntsville and Communications, by the Army in Fort Gordon. Okay, and here we are. Okay, the modern technology, Corey.
Hello, I'm here.
Yeah, we're here, and this is being recorded for posterity. So just be aware. Okay, it's
Okay.
so I was just laying out for everybody who FAU was, and as a global organization. And one of the things I was telling everybody is that there were 6 regions in the African Union, and the 5 regions are on the continent with 1.2 billion people. And then there's the rest of us who don't live on the continent, who are the 6 regions, and has designated society. And in civil society, they are allowing us 20 seats worldwide for 20 non-governmental organizations. And we made a promise as FAU that we would be the secretariat to the 6 regions, but we wouldn't try and be one of those 20 organizations. Okay, so that way we would be the honest broker. So when we talk about having a election, then we would be the people who would hold the election, not people who are trying to be in the election. You see the difference. And so specifically for FAU Bermuda is going to be discussion today. And so our is to create 100-year and that's the reason why we're doing this, is for those young people, and so that they would hear this in decades to come and understand where did this all start. It started what, 3 years ago, Corin, for me with you, when I met you and Andrew brought us together. And maybe why don't you give the history, you know, how you and Andrew got together, and then Andrew brought me and you together.
Oh, wow. Okay. Boy. They're taking me back. Yeah, basically, Bermuda, as a Bermudian, we've been gifted with being the most remote island in the Western Hemisphere, here in the Mid-Atlantic region, where our isolation means we have to sort of come of age after the wave of change has already hit America and the Caribbean and Africa. We're the last ones in to the, I would say, the global consciousness arena. So we're sort of playing catch up with the dominant forces in the diaspora. My job as a Bermudian was to reach out to the Los Angeles hemisphere, the California hemisphere, the home of the Kwanzaa movement, to sort of connect the dots that the first African-American recorded transfers to the British possession Bermuda and Virginia 19. There may have been others that happened before 1619, but 1619 is just the first one that's recorded. So it has the stamp on it. And they work. Andrew's been reaching out to the the African arena in Lamar Park and so forth, and of course now finding himself working with the formation of the FAU in LA. So for the last 3 years, we've been, pinpointing exactly how does a small isolated community like Bermuda serve as a laboratory for the dominant influences in especially the North American Black experience. And now kind of coming right down to the chase to 2016, a major presidential election year, where Bermuda can serve as an accelerator for for writing a new script about how the presidency after Barack Obama comes to terms with the 400-year anniversary of the first African-American transfer in 1619, which would have to be celebrated under the next president 3 years from hence. So Bermuda because we're a legitimate part of that story, we would be the ones that would help, as I see it, to accelerate diplomacy with President Clinton or President Trump, if whoever it's going to be, to say they should now start to prioritize the commemoration of the 400-year anniversary according to this script. So and that's where Bermuda fits into the North American interests. How we reached out to the West Coast to kind of deal directly with the Kwanzaa consciousness, and how that then got us into connection with Hershel and the FAU.
All right. So we've been joined, by one of FAU's leaders. He's on the site right now. Okay, but we're going to be pushing a relationship that in the Americas is going to be headquartered out of Bermuda. And Bermuda is important in the scheme of things for English history in America, because of slavery in America shaped America. We, as descendants, 1948, by a French man in America, that came about as the predominant force in the United States as an English basis. And Bermuda in the Americas is the oldest self-governing entity within the British Commonwealth. That's my understanding. Am I correct, Corin?
Yeah, we were the first and we're the last one.
All right. And so within that context, what we have done is to create an alliance that will be used to create a financial instrument. And that financial instrument is unique. In Bermuda was the location after World War II where internet came together, explored the world, America's feet after its supreme. And so had English law. And because Bermuda also was already set up within context of America on an equivalent basis, in other words, the American dollar has equaled the Bermudian dollar since World War II. And because America's businesses went exploring the world from Bermuda, Bermuda probably holds over $1 trillion worth of those businesses' profits, which is over half of the over $2 trillion in American business profits that aren't returning home because the tax rate is higher than those businesses are willing to pay. And so Bermuda has harmonized its laws and tax treaties with the United States and London, such that the insurance industry has chosen Bermuda as its headquarters for what's it, over $2 trillion worth of insurance in Bermuda. And so Bermuda also was chosen in, yes, Corn.
I'm here. I'm listening to you.
All right, so in Bermuda, Africa in 2013 chose Bermuda as the location to create their first unified fund. Now, when I say Africa, okay, organization to the 54 nations that are members of the African Union, with Morocco being the only all-African nation which is not a member. Some members are suspended in their membership. Morocco left the African Union because of political differences relative to the treatment of Africans by this Arab-dominated nation. But there are other nations who have had their membership suspended because of their undemocratic operations and/or that they are in the midst of civil war. Currently, the African Union has said that the sixth region of the African Union, as of July 16th, 2012, as a endeavor of the African Union's what they're looking to achieve. What we are doing is we are standing to make that African Union at such time in the future would see fit to amend their constitution and make it formalized. Until such time, the civil society in the African Union has done so in their constitution. And they've given us 20 seats, us as a people represented by organizations. So there will be 20 organizations who will have the possibility of seating in the civil society and joining 150 other organizations to represent a worldwide population that may number over 2 billion people currently, depending upon whether or not our brothers and sisters in India make up their mind that they want representative status. If they do, they add an additional 200, 300 million people to our already established 240 million person worldwide diaspora, which means that right now the African Union, through its civil society, represents no less than 1.5 billion people, 1 billion out of economic community headquarters for Canada, the United States, Mexico, and Bermuda. That's the North American Regional Economic Community. But we also have the CARICOM community. We also have the Middle States of the Americas community. We have the Southern in the Americas. That's all headquartered out of Bermuda. We have plans and intentions to create a financial infrastructure that would include insurance, but also include banking. But it will start operations as a cyber currency, the African dollar. And that cyber currency, more details will be on it, but we will first look to do the first issuance in the United States of America. And so we look forward to working with everyone to make this happen. And we will continue these broadcasts every day, Eastern Standard Time, to 1 March. And we will have these conversations as we develop the Commonwealth of the African People under His Majesty King Joseph Du Bois, cousin to W.E. Du Bois. But King Joseph, in his own right, is an ambassador of the African Union's diaspora, officially appointed by the African Union. And so we will be presenting His Majesty's authorization and the structure tonight as we get ready to meet tomorrow with the Secretary of Education of the United States. Our youth are going to meet with the acting secretary, who is a brother, who's in charge of a seminal document in law which changed the whole structure of education in America. And we've given Bermuda an infrastructure include Maritime Academy in Bermuda. On the 23rd of February for more information. Then I'll see you tonight at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on this same channel for more information about Friends of the African Union. I thank you very much, and this broadcast is endorsed and supported by Friends of the African Union, our Chamber of Commerce, and our affiliates.